We want to show you how to put a tripod that takes up very little space in your small studio. Hello, I'm Thomas Warren, and today we're just going to get right into it. I won't have a lot of introductions. I just want to get right into it with you. When I first started building this studio, I had a small space and I found out I couldn't get everything that was required in the studio. So one of the things I found out that took the most space was my tripods, because I wanted to do a 3-camera shoot. So therefore I would have to have 3 tripods. And the 3 tripods, they're about 3 foot in diameter each. Okay, now if you take a look at the space in which I had to set them up, which is right here, you'll see that it will be almost impossible, and then I would have to have lightings with their tripods, and they would have, and I'll show you a picture of that there, and it was just too much. It was just too crowded, and this the area that I filmed, so therefore it was sort of hard for me to get everything in which I needed in here. So I had to devise a new way, since there was no one out there that had showed at a video to show me how to make how to do a small studio. I had to come up with my own ideas. And my ideas, one of the first things that I wanted to tackle, one of the most important things in the studio definitely is your cameras. Okay, and if you was like I was and you wanted to do a 3-camera shoot, so what I came up with there was this tripod right here. Okay, and I'm gonna go through you step by step and show you what I've done to create this here tripod. And this is all the space it takes up. It's no bigger than about a 2 foot wide. Okay, let me get that back so you can see it. All right, 2 foot wide, and on it I have 3 cameras. Okay, and I'm gonna show you the things that you need, then I'm gonna go and show you how to put it together. Okay, all right, one of the first things I needed was the track, because I had the tripod to slide back and forth. This tripod does not stay here, it's movable. And so what I've done, let me see, I set this camera down so I can show it to you. That's good. Okay, what I needed, what I really wanted was the ability, to have a tripod that was mobile. I wanted a tripod that was mobile. I wanted something that I can take out and put in. All right, let me disconnect this right quick and I'll show you. But that's going to cut off. Okay, I cut that off. I wanted something. So with the track, I'm able to take the tripod out and reinsert it when it's necessary. Okay. Now this tripod is very simple to make. And I want to start here because this is where I found my most difficult at, because I couldn't figure out really what I wanted and how I wanted where I wanted my cameras at. And I can get all my cameras angled with this here. If you looked at my video, you have seen that I've shot a lot of videos in this studio. I'm going to tell you about my green screen that you can see part of the line up there. I'm going to tell you about my backdrops and how I've made everything I need to fit into this studio. I made everything to fit into the studio. I want to tell you about the green screen I have up here. Okay, but it goes all down this wall where you see the burgundy at. Okay, this is the total green screen. Okay, this is a cloth that covers the green screen for this type of backdrop here that I do my teaching in. Okay, now let's get started. Let me show you the tripod here. Oh, there with that phone. Okay, it cut off. All right, anyway, here I have a track that I've made, and I'll tell you the materials I use in a little bit. This is the track for the tripod that slides back and forth. All right, what I have here, I have a mount that's up here. Okay, and these poles here, they are made with PVC pipe, inch PVC. I have 2 T's. Okay, I can put a bar in between here if I decide to, but right now what I've used was a piece of wood to balance these two, to keep them from rocking up here, that stabilizes them. And also that piece of wood, also I've mounted here a circuit breaker up here that I can plug a lot of things into, and I have 2 of them on here. Okay, I have PVC pipe. I have one, two. Okay, you have T's. That's the T, and these are L's. These are inch T's, and these are L's. Okay, this is just made with PVC pipe. Now, these are made with PVC pipe. Let me step over here. These are made with PVC pipe. Okay, now you can also make them with galvanized pipe, or you can make it with an iron pipe. But I chose PVC pipe because I'm always switching things up. I may not want a camera in the place and where it's setting it now, but with PVC pipe, I don't have to worry about trying to find something to cut it and then rethread it for it to do what I wanted to do. I can just cut it and mount it. Okay, and I'll show this in a little bit here. And mount it, put screws in it, so therefore it's stabilized. I don't glue my joints together. I do not glue my joints together. All my joints are held together by screws, and I'll show you this in a minute. Okay, so what I have here, okay, I have PVCs with T's, a couple T's. Okay, and I've also on my tripod, as you can notice here, I have a monitor. So when I'm filming, okay, I normally set it, the monitor for this camera right here. So therefore, I can see what this camera sees while I'm doing whatever I'm doing, whether I'm recording a message or whether I'm doing a video for music. Okay, I want to see what I'm recording. And I have 3 monitors, one for each camera. So therefore, I'm always aware of what I'm shooting. Always aware. If something's out of place, I can see it instantly. That means I can stop it and I can start over again. Maybe my hair ain't right, maybe my clothes not setting on me right. It doesn't matter, but I need my monitors. So I wanted to make sure I had the monitor on the tripod. Okay, and on the back side of the tripod here, I have this leg here that balances the tripod out. Once I find my level spot, what I do, what this does here, it unlocks and this slides up and down. See, it slides up and down, okay? Once I find where I want the tripod to be at, I just put it down. Now for me, I have carpet in my studio, but you may have a wood floor, so you can get a rubber piece and put on the bottom of that to keep it from sliding, and it holds it in space, okay? It'll hold its space right there, all right? Okay, are we seeing this here now, okay? And also on my tripod here, I also have a front light that I keep, that I can plug up if I need it for, if I'm shooting the green screen, I need that front light. So therefore you can see all the way down to my shoes, okay? And I have the light here, so therefore it lights up this area right here, okay? Now again, it plugs up here where I have the breaker at, okay? All right, let me unplug that. Each breaker has, everything is labeled as to where what goes. If you can see, there's a lot of wiring that's going on here on this here tripod. There is a lot of wiring because I have a lot of things going on here. Like I said, I had all my cameras, okay, they are powered. These are not battery operated. These are powered cameras. And because they are powered cameras, I needed to make it a way where I can wire it. So therefore, I always have power. So it doesn't matter if I'm shooting for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, as long as that SD card is not full, I can shoot all day long. I don't have a limitation as to how long I can shoot. Or you know how you're in the mix of shooting sometimes, and the batteries, they start getting weak over a period of time, and that begins to run out on you. Where you think you can shoot an hour, now you're only shooting 45 minutes. With these particular cameras here, because they take power, I can shoot all day long. I don't have to worry about batteries running low on me. Okay, are we ready to get into it, how I built this here, okay? All right, let's get into it. Now you'll find this is going to be very simple. All right, let me plug some power up in this right quick here. Okay, I believe we're back on track now. I believe we're back on track now. Okay, now the track in which I have that's up top there, now the track in which is up top that's holding, that's allowing me to slide the tripod in and out is put together. First of all, let me show you what the wood is. Now this wood here, I had to make it to be 4.5 inches wide. Okay, this is a 1x3 and this is 1.5 inches, which gives me my 4.5 inches. Now you need that much space here for this mount to slide in and out freely. All right, these mounts, you can find them in the plumbing supply section. A majority of everything here you can get from the plumbing section in Home Depot, Lowe's, or wherever. Okay, Ace, wherever. All of them should carry these parts. Okay, now this is your PVC pipe. Okay, this is what you need to put this together with. You need your PVC pipe. You need PVC pipe cutters. Now, if there's a Harbor Freight in your area, your neighborhood, these are very inexpensive. Okay, now this one here is a more expensive one here, but this one, but you can buy them cheaper. Okay, or you can use a hacksaw or a saw, or if you have a regular miter saw, you can use that. Okay, all right. Now these are three. Now these bolts here, I want you to real good look at these bolts here. Okay. Now this is a 3.5 inch bolt. Okay, that's going to go up here. That's what's holding it up in the ceiling. Okay. All right, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. All right. All right. Now this is very simple here. Now I need one other thing that I didn't pull out. Okay. Now you definitely need a level. All right. Now in my studio, I have my ceiling that I have my tripod hanging from is on an angle. It slants down. So I need the level to find out where my vertical place was. So therefore, I'll be able to make sure that it's nice and level coming down. Okay. Now, I don't know about you. I don't know how many cameras you want to use. I don't know if you're just doing it for one camera or two, but you want to save space here. Now, this is so versatile, you can use it to save space. Now, this is how you put this together. You have the mount here, okay? Here's the mount. Okay, this is a coupling, all right? One coupling, on one end, you have threads. On the other one, there is no threads, all right? Now this is a coupling also. This is a female. This is a male coupling. This is a female coupling. Okay. And I brought these pipes out so you can see. Okay. On one side of a coupling, there is no threads. On the other side of the coupling, there is threads. All right. Now you just screw it in like this. Very simple. Very simple. Very, very simple. Nothing's hard about this. I mean, to me anyway, and understand this here. I'm handyman by trade, so therefore I love working with my hands, so all this here is very familiar with me. You may not be very handy, but I would like for you to understand that this is extremely simple. Now, with the mount, okay, that slides in between here. Okay, now, let me tell you what I made this here out of. Let me bring it over here. Let me show you what I made this here out of. These are old bed frame rails. I know you have old bed rails around, or you know somebody have. Now I pick mine up at the thrift store. Majority of everything I've used is at the thrift store. I picked these up at the thrift store. Okay, they're very sturdy. They're made of iron. Okay. Now the other thing about this here, I had to cut some holes in it to put the screws in it to hold the mount on both sides, as you can see. Now, with this here, okay, this mount here, I made it so that I made sure that they were up enough that I'll be able to slide this in and out, in and out. Now this particular mount here I use when I'm not using my tripod here and I want to get it out of the way and I want to see all the way through that it's not in the way. I have a place up there that this goes and that I mount it up, and I can just take the tripod down and I slide it and I put it over there, and I never have to take my cameras off the tripod. They can stay on the tripod. Okay, the only thing I have to just remember is to clean your lens. Remember to clean your lens. All right. Now this track is, like I said, it's made with bed frames, okay, and 2x4. You can get a 2x6 and you can rip it down to a 4.5 piece. You're going to need 4.5 inches. 4.5 inches. A 2x4 is not going to get it. You're going to need 4.5 inches. So you're going to need you may, if you're using 2x4, okay, you're going to have to fill the balance out, okay, because a 2x4 now is made with to be I think it's a 2x6. No, I'm gonna say that wrong. A 2x4 is really a 2x3.5. So you need another inch to add to that 2x4 to get that width. All right. Now the distance between here and what you want for your mount, you have to have at least a 1/2 inch. Let me get measuring tape here just to make sure I'm giving you right information. You need at least a 1/2 inch away from the 2x4. Once you mount it here, make sure you have at least a 1/2 inch. So therefore you'll be able to slide the mount in. And see how easy it slides through? You want to make sure it slides through. Just, this is simple. Okay, that's not very hard. Okay, as long as you have 4-inch width wood. Okay, and I chose a 2x1.5 thickness because when I'm hanging it up in the ceiling, I want to be secure that this is going to hold it. All right, again, I'm gonna let it run through once more, and you see how simple it is to go through? It's just that simple. Okay, and I'm gonna show it to you the whole thing in a minute. All right, now you want to take your level to make sure that when you're putting these pipes up and they're hanging from the ceiling, okay, and especially when you first put your first 90s on the side, if you're going to build a box like I've built, you can put your 90s on the side, okay? You want to make sure that they're level. Matter of fact, let me get the camera and walk you through it right quick. Then I'll show you how to put these things together. Again, as I said before, my room is on an angle, so I had to make sure that these were level. Okay. Okay, right now I have this here not level, but it's very simple to level it out. To level it out, the only thing I have to do is loosen this up at the bottom. And find out what my level is. Okay. And tighten it up. Pretty simple stuff. Now, as you can see, the tripod now is level. Okay? You want to make sure you have a level in doing this here, because you want to make sure that bubble is dead in the middle. Now, normal tripods, they have a bubble on, so it lets you know when your tripods are level. So I made sure I need to put a bubble on here so to make sure that I don't have to always grab that. All right. Now, again, here is the track, okay? the mount that I put on here. So therefore the tripod slides back and forth. All right, and I can put it in any position. If I need it more to the right, I can push to the right. If I need more to the left, I can push to the left. All right, now with this here tripod, I made these arms so they can rotate. Let me see if I can see it here. Let me see, I open this up some so you can see the shot. Okay, I made these so they can rotate. Let me see. See, these cameras, they rotate out. All right. If I wanted a deeper angle on the camera, only thing I would have to do is take this little small piece out right here and extend it out, and I can have this camera to set at least a foot away from if I wanted to get a deeper angle if I'm shooting someone that's across the room here. Again, both sides angle out. I have them to swerve, so therefore I can get my different angles. All right, now the ones in the middle, they pretty much are mounted in the middle. They don't swerve, just the two outer ones. All right, if I want to do some side shots, I can just shift those out. Also, every now and then I shoot with my camera, and I have a little tripod here. This is for my camera. All right, now to get it to swerve like this here, all right, what I've done here, I've mounted these T's. They're mounted with screws. So these here, they can't move. They won't come out. I needed to mount in these here to hold this here arm here together on this side. But what I've done here, okay, on this 90 here, I never put screws down here. That gives me the ability to spin this around when necessary, when needed. Likewise over here. Now with this one, I have this here so I can spin it around here. Okay. Now what I use here is a universal head where I can get my drill bit on one side, all right, and my Phillips on the other. Just lock it in there. Now when I'm putting these together, what I like to do is, once I get my PVC pipe, which is 1 inch, into the fitting, what I do is just drill me a little simple hole here. Once I have the hole drilled, then I switch over, lock that back in. Now here I'm using regular drywall screws. They're not too long. These, I think these is 1.25 inches. Okay, they won't go all the way through, so you don't have to worry about cutting your hands on them. Just drill that in. Okay, now once that in, now this is locked here. That's not going to come out. Okay, the reason I screw mines is because, again, I do not use glue at all. I do not use glue at all because I want to have the ability to take this out. If I wanted to make this here piece here longer, I could make it longer and just use screws to keep them tucked together. All right. Now, this here is your mount. Okay, you have threads here. It's a threaded mount. Okay, this is a male thread. This is called a female. All right. So you screw the male into the female, and I try to screw it in till it's extremely tight. All right, now no, it's not coming out. Now, I don't put any bolts or screws inside here because it's threaded, and because it's threaded, it's going to hold the weight. I will believe that this tripod, with everything which I have mounted on it, weighs less than 30 pounds. Okay, how do I know? Because when I'm out here exercising, I have a 30-pound weight, okay, which is right here. Now this is 30 pounds. And when I'm coming out here and I'm curling my weights, okay, and I go to lift that, they weigh about the same, all right? Also, yes, this is my workout area also, all right? Now when I have this is mounted, Now, actually, this mount here, okay, because the tripod mount is the same principle, but you're just making it just as you want it by using PVC pipe. You'll need L's, which are 90s, and T's. All right, L's and T's. You can make it as big as you want to. You can put as many cameras on this tripod as you want to. If I wanted to add 3 more cameras, I can add 3 more cameras on this tripod. Okay, and it just takes up this small amount of space. This smaller amount of space is only, like again, 23 inches wide. Mine is 23 inches wide. Now you can build a bigger frame if you have a bigger monitor, okay? But I chose to build my frame just about 2 inches past my monitor, okay? Because I didn't want to take up too much space. Again, I'm gonna show you a picture of the studio when I first started. I had no idea how to get everything I needed in this studio. All right, all right. It's just that simple in putting these together. Okay, now these here, what you're going to do with these are very simple. When connecting these, one slides into the other. All right. Now the depth between the beginning here and then here, if you don't know anything about putting PVC pipe together, is about, I would say, about 5/8. So just do a measurement on your fingers here, about 5/8, to make sure you have it in deep enough. Okay. And then that's nice and tight. All right. Not much more to that. And you can make it as big and as small as you would like. It's your decision. You're making it for your studio. Now, I made this one for mine. It's very simple. You're taking PVC pipe and you're putting them together like this here. Okay, and you'll get an L. Do the same thing. You can make a square. You can put a T on one side, T on the other, so you can get a cross bar in between. If it feels a little flimsy, you can tighten it up, or you can do as I done, get a 2x2. Okay, drill your holes through your PVC. Okay, just put them up there. Make sure it's level going up. Okay, and that'll keep any from doing any swaying on you. All right, and they'll be very tight. Now I've taken the regular tripod's heads off of the old tripods, and as you can see, I made them so now this is just an inch PVC, and this is the tripod extension and the tripod head, as you can see. Now for me, I had to cut a line in between to make sure I would be able to bend these in, so therefore I just stick them right into the inch PVC. Now for this one, I put a rubber band on it, and I can slide the rubber band up and down, depends on how high I want this camera to set. But for right now, this camera sets in a good place, so therefore I'll leave it right there. And I do that on all the cameras. And also, I didn't go by this one first. Okay, this is another arm I have. Okay. Now I hope you can see this here. Can you see? Yeah, you can see it. Now, if I wanted this camera just to sit a little further out, hopefully I got enough cord here. I believe I do. If I want this camera to sit a little further out, I can just take and I can just slide it right down in this one here. Okay. Now I have a little more distance. Sit back so you can see it. I have a little bit more distance from how far my camera is now from my tripod. Okay. Again, if I wanted a closer shot, I just pull it out here and slide it right in there. That gives me the ability, I can still spin it where I want it to be at, and I also have the head that spins and swivels. If I wanted to shoot from an angle up top here, only thing I need now to do is take this piece out, and I can put a longer piece in, and I can shoot from a higher height, which is up here. If you would, I can make it as high or as low as I want to. If I wanted to shoot a down shot, I will make it so therefore it swivels from down here outward and give me an upper angle. Again, this is so versatile, you can use it in so many different ways. On the back side here, let me give you a picture of the back side here. On the back side here, now if you notice, this one is on an angle, right? It's on an angle because I can always adjust how I want my camera up or down so to balance it up top. And to keep it level going up, sometimes it looks as though my letters up here are looking like this here. So I had to get it into position to get it so therefore it looked like that there. On the back side here, so again, you have your monitor here, and then your monitor, you have all your outlets in here so you can still get to them. Alright. I don't remember why I put this here, but it was necessary for something, but I just can't remember what it was. It's not holding anything together. Oh, I know why I done it. Because I wanted to mount some things down here when I'm getting ready to shoot, to make sure I gotta have good audio going through my camera. I have a Bluetooth wireless system here that enables me to hear what I'm saying and how clear it is if I'm hitting or if it's not hitting. When I say hitting, I mean peaking. All right, before I start shooting, to make sure I have good audio. I also have a battery pack that I keep on it. Alright, this is for my cameras when I'm out shooting and I want extra battery pack, so I got to be a battery pack that I can do that with, which gives me a longer lasting battery for my cameras. And what else is on here? We'll go to the back side again. Also on here, if I didn't want to shoot from this side over here and I want to shoot from this side here, I have places here that I have extra. I can put a coupling on here and then run it up and I can shoot from this side, right? If I wanted two stills, I wanted one, let's say a full shot, and I wanted a bust shot, but I wanted the frontals, and I can put another one right here and I can get a frontal shot right here. Again, the only thing I have to do is take the PVC pipe from out of this here 90, right, and stick it down right here, but I'll need a coupling to do that with, which is a you'll call maybe a union. All right, now for this one I've used 1, 2, trying to count how many 90s I've used. I built this with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I use 7 L's or 7 90s, inch PVC 90s. I've used 7. Now T's I've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want to say 7 T's. Now the reason I use T's down here, because if I want to put an extension pipe over and I want to shoot from way over here, or for whatever reason, I have the ability to do so. I can just stick a pipe up in there, just like so. I have the ability to do that, to add to it. If I needed another camera on this side here with a wider angle and I wanted to shoot a tight shot and a wide shot, I can still do that with this. Okay, and likewise on this side over here. I already have a piece in there already. All I do is put this piece out here and I can extend it out. Again, it's very versatile. You can use it in many ways. I pray that this serves your purpose as well as this does mine. You know, I hope this is very helpful to you. Okay, I think I wanted to give you as much detail as I possibly can in putting it together, because it's very simple, very and I'm saying that because Like again, I'm a handyman, so I love working with my hands. So this was nothing new. It's just building a square. If you know anything about building like Lego blocks, anything like that, just putting two pieces together to give you the design that you want, it's the same principle here. The exact same principle here. The next time we come on, we want to talk about lighting. Okay, a camera is only as good as its lighting. Lighting have to be good in order for the camera to be good. We're going to talk about front light, side light, and back light. Okay, we're going to front light, side light, and back light. All right, till next time.